Welcome back to another episode of the Friday Podcast with your host, Chris Chaos, in the building. Live in action. Not really live, but I am alive. As are you if you are listening or watching. 99. Man, hold up. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Look at this. Look at this little broomstick from Harry Potter Day at my sister's school that she works at. Or I think that's what it was for. Welcome. It's been more of a chill week, I believe. In astrology, I think. I don't know. At least in my life, but I think it's more of a personal thing. I really want to pick my nose because I think there's just a booger stuck in there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to keep on trucking like a professional. Now, I caught up on some of the Ninja Turtle books. It's been a while since I talked about them, but I got this issue, which is Armageddon Game opening moves, which is a prequel to the upcoming major event called Armageddon Game. I think that's what it's called. Let's see what the last page of this one says. And I like these because they show you the different covers on the back. That's my favorite. It was more of an expensive cover to buy. Yeah, so the Armageddon Game is what this is all leading up to. And this last time, I think I covered issue 1 of this, where they go see Leatherhead / Crane. My room's a mess. I didn't get that one ready, but so that's the first one of that issue, right? And it's the same. Oh, it connects? No, it doesn't connect. I thought it connected, but it doesn't, unless there's 2 Rat Kings, which I don't think there are. So that one's pretty cool. They go into the mind of. On this one, they go into the mind of Baxter Stockman. And they go into his recent past, where he had a confrontation with good old Hob. And they get in a scuffle, and he attacks him, and they talk smack to each other, and he fight, Baxter's trying to make them mutants. So he destroys them. He's like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna stoop to that level. And Baxter's like, yo. And then he goes into Madame Null, who is pretty rare in this book, but she shows up every once in a while. And then they go into her mind, which is pretty tight. Now, I thought she was like the devil, but apparently she's like a alien. So she does look like that because she's an alien from Dimension Z, as opposed to Krang, who's from Dimension X, and they talk about Krang. I guess she was royalty, but then they're trying to track down this lady who has some kind of what is it called? Not a resonant or remnant. Not that. Something like really old that they need that's magical. I wish I knew the word. But anyway, so apparently she's got some powers. So this is all new lore to the Ninja Turtles. This current series, we don't know anything about this person up until this issue. No. But so you're finding out that she had a cousin. That's her cousin. I guess they're all horned species. And he's like, man, I'm more confused than I was before. Now, if you don't know, this is Shredder's good by this time. And he made a pact with Splinter to watch over his sons. Now, these two of the ongoing series are pretty freaking tight, especially this one. Now, old school Ninja Turtle fans recognize this scene from the first movie. This actually made me cry a little bit. Because if you know, Splinter's dead, right? And it's pretty dark. It's pretty interesting though how he goes, which I kind of forgot. They're fighting this big ass demon. Which one day I want to collect. I've done it a few times, but then I've had to sell them. I would spend a bunch of money on purchasing the hardcover books, and it would just be like in order, the whole series. And that's not even just, I'm talking about the mini series, the macro series, the micro series, any side story. They were all in canonical order, which was amazing. But yo, this one, number 132. I gotta show y'all the scene. So they're training. Shredder's been training them. That's what's happening here. They're learning how to fight on the spiritual realm. They're using their powers and stuff. It kind of goes into it reminds me of the 2003 Ninja Turtle series whenever they that lost season. Whoa, this is cool. They put the covers on the back of this one too. So Leo has to get, and it's cool because it goes into sacred geometry, it goes into numerology a bit. Leo has to conquer Dark Leo, which there was a period of time early in the series where Leo was brainwashed and he had to work for the Shredder. But Leo has to use that. But then Splinter comes back as a Force Ghost or something in the fire. And he talks to them. But right here, I had to look at it for a while, but look. And then it's specifically who is it? It's Leo and Mikey. Now Mikey had like they both love their father. Like all of them love their dad, right? Because they're all crying. But seeing how, see, that's Raph and Donnie. But Mikey and Leo really took it the hardest because Leo has all the leadership stuff. He's like the father now. And Mikey, he had this thing with his dad, like they were really close. They kind of not got close whenever Splinter had to take over the Foot Clan. That kind of put some distance between them, and then they had like this heart-to-heart in the macro series, I think, of Mikey, where he was trying to get the kids out of the Foot Clan because Splinter was training them to be foot soldiers eventually. But they ended up like being cool with each other eventually. They forgave each other. And Mikey was the one to change Splinter's heart a bit, to soften his heart whenever Splinter took over the Foot Clan when they killed Shredder the first time. So Shredder did die and then he went to hell. But when he was in hell, he went through this whole other journey in the miniseries Shredder in Hell. And then he kind of redeems himself and comes back, and he helps Splinter destroy this big demon dragon that was being awakened. So yeah, it's a comic book. Because Kitsune was the witch who was kind of trying to bring back her father, but maybe I forgot if she like regretted it at the end or. I don't know. Oh, and so now they went to their old lair, and at the old lair we found out, and I believe it was the free comic book day book. But these are clones of the Ninja Turtles. Somebody cloned them. We don't know who. I think it was either Noel or Baxter Stockman, somebody. But I think we see in this one, and Venus is watching them. It's like an ode to the original cover. Oh, they even put the original comic book in the back. But now they go into the sewers. They don't go to the church. But they're like different. So they have the same names, but then they use different weapons or something. It's weird. But it's pretty dope. The OG ones in the back. They've reprinted this one so many times. The original one. I've read it so many times. And they've done it in different renditions. Like they did a little Lego one, I think. Which I have somewhere. Yeah, so that's my Ninja Turtle update. Sorry if y'all don't like Ninja Turtles. I love them. I updated myself. Let's see. Who is your favorite TV talk show host, past or present? Moving on to random questions, because that was a 10-minute block of straight Ninja Turtle news. Who is your favorite TV talk show host, past or present? Myself. Nah, it's not a TV talk show. Conan O'Brien is probably my favorite. What is one thing you hate about computers? Oh, that everything is relied upon computers. As in, when computers are down, when the Wi-Fi is down, then you can't use the phone now because they're connected to the internet. You can't use the doors or the gas or everything it's all linked up, and it's like, yes, when it works, it's very convenient. But when it doesn't work, it's the most important part. Have you ever Googled yourself or a family member? Yeah, I Google to see my videos. Like if I'm trying to look up an angel number that I know I've covered, I'll put the number, like 616 Chris Chaos. Or if I see a butterfly and it's a particular type of monarch butterfly, Chris Chaos. And then it usually comes up. DuckDuckGo doesn't really pull me up ever, but Google does. What brand of product do you buy because you feel it's trustworthy? Well, I was willing to purchase this because it's Arctic and I've tried it before. So because of that one, I knew that one was good. I got a black one. What else? I like this brand, Suavecito pomade. Bro, when I get sick, when I start feeling that sickness coming on, these hoes right here go ham. What else? What else? I mean, you know, when you find a product, you usually want to stick with it, especially when you get older. Breathe right from my nose. I just got some new sandals because my old ones were white New Balance, and those are my first New Balance ever, my first slides. And I really liked them, and they lasted a long time, so I bought me some new ones. I had a little bonus at work, so I bought some new stuff. My grinder was messed up, and plus it was a hand-me-down, so I got a new grinder, which was pretty nice. My phone case broke, so I got a new phone case. And that's OtterBox. OtterBox is fucking great. Yeah. Champion shorts. I really like them. Homage. I really like that brand. Or Homage. The ones that have the Ninja Turtles and the basketball. And I got a sweater. The quality is very good. I like what is it called? House of Chingazos, but the shirts, yes, the designs are on point, but the shirts aren't as good quality as the Homage. But I think it's a smaller brand. So I mean, it's you know. Oh shit! I lost my page. Oh well. Do you ever laugh at things that you shouldn't? Of course. I mean, but who's to decide what we should and shouldn't laugh at? I mean, yeah, there's certain situations, like at work, if a kid says something that I know I shouldn't laugh at, but it just makes me laugh. What is the most expensive thing you own? My phone? What do you think airlines should offer on flights that they currently do not? Man, they should go back. I've seen some old pictures of that they used to like bring out like a brisket and just slice it up for you on the plane. They should do that shit again. What is meaningful to you? Man, it shouldn't bother me, but I'm just, for some reason, I'm thinking about it right now, that how I think people perceive me, for some reason, is very meaningful to me. it should be. Or maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Do you have any music on vinyl or cassettes? I sold all my cassettes, and I don't have any vinyl. My son has vinyl. My mom has vinyl. But I don't. What gives you the creeps? Roaches. What's the biggest lie you once believed was true? There's different ways I can go with that. What's the biggest lie you once believed was true? That there's a true love. That you have a fucking soulmate. Or a twin flame or some shit like that. I mean, I respect it if you believe it. But for me, I feel like in my experience, it's not true. Unless I find my soulmate in when I'm fucking, maybe in the second half of my life, and I'm not even in the first half, done with the first half. Hopefully, theoretically, statistically, I don't know. Prove me wrong, universe, if you want to. I don't, it doesn't matter to me right now. What was the I mean, it does, but it doesn't. What was the hardest goodbye you ever had? When there was a very short period of time where my son and his mom were living with me. And when she decided to leave, when we decided to call it quits, he went with her. And so he was with her most of the time. So that was kind of a goodbye of living with my son. And I don't know if I've ever really gotten over it. It's pretty crazy. Do you know how many kids you want, if any, and do you want boys or girls? Well, I'm glad I have one at least. How many do I want? It doesn't matter. I'm not the one making them or birthing them. So it just depends on who I'm with if they want more kids. I would like to have a little girl or something. And more kids. I would like to, but I also want to be, so maybe once I'm wealthy, maybe when I'm not stressed out about surviving because I don't have to, and I'm on my own and I'm independent and I'm making money off what I love to do, once I'm in that bliss, maybe at that point I'll be open to the universe introducing me to my soulmate, and then maybe I can have a bunch of kids with her. I don't know. But I'm just blessed to live. Now this is pretty cool because this one is 777. What is one thing in your life you can't make a decision on? That's a deep one. Whether to start going on dates with people. Start dating, I guess. Have you ever ridden a camel? Toe? Nah, I'm just kidding. Have you ever had a facial? No. If so, how'd it make you feel? Oh, I think they're talking about like the facial, like when you do not makeup, but the stuff to clean your face. I haven't had that either. Would you ever turn in a family member if they broke the law? Okay, that's very vague. It depends on what law. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Law. Man, I didn't scratch off those ones. Oh, there it is. Favorite TV host. Hated by computers. Googled yourself. Brand or product. All right, the next one was stupid. Because it says, so it's good that I jumped over here because the next one was, if you discovered a new species of dinosaur, what would you call it? Vaginosaurus. I think that's enough for right now. So we're going to take a break and then we'll come right back with the spirit animal, the spirit number, the angel number, and so on and so forth. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, y'all. This is Hispanic Heritage Month, so I'm wearing this Recuerdo de Gómez Palacio, Durango, Mexico. And I don't don't know where I got this hat from. It's probably not even a Mexican hat, it's just a cowboy hat. Well, it looks pretty Mexican with that part. By the way, I'm Mexican American, so I'm not being racist. I'm not cultural appropriating, and even if I was, my people don't really care about it that much, because it's cool when we see people dress up like our culture, our history. Goose symbolism. So I hear these often in the back behind the fence because of the pond. My dad lives on the other side, and I see them by his house. There's a gang of geese that sometimes walk around. It's been a while since I've seen them, but they used to walk around a lot when I was over there. And they would like bully the ducks and shit. It was crazy. So what is myspiritanimal.com says, the goose represents determination, purposeful movement, and being an able pilot for our life's journey. Other key energetic traits for goose include reliability, productivity, new ideas, joy, guidance, teamwork, quest, fulfillment, watchfulness, and wisdom. Worldbirds.com says that in Christian iconography, geese represent fidelity, faith, and the flock of Christ's followers. Also, the wild goose is the Celtic Christian symbol for the Christian faith and the Holy Spirit. Now, I don't know if this is a coincidence, but if you've seen the show Last Kingdom or read the books, the Last Kingdom series, Athelflaed? I forgot her name. I think it's Athelflaed. She ran Mercia before Edward combined Wessex and Mercia and other. There's more to it. But what's his name from Bevenberg, Uhtred? Because they all had just like in Game of Thrones. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but it's similar because they all have their own flag, which has their own animal on it. And Uhtred's was like a wolf, a snarling wolf or a howling wolf, or it was just a wolf or something. But Mercia's was a goose for some reason, because some saint chased off some geese or some shit. So it's just, I don't know. I probably cut that out. Spirit-animals.com says, to see a flock of these birds is often a symbol of your powers of intuition and instinct. Millersguild.com says they are symbolized for masculinity, focus, and perseverance. Those with snow goose signs are considered to be cooperative and dependable. Moreover, the goose is also symbolized for their communication skill among Native Americans. Symbolism and Metaphor.com says that goose symbolism includes loyalty, family, teamwork, camaraderie, and companionship. RichardALois.com says that the goose is a symbol of peace and goodwill. UniverseOfSymbolism.com says that the goose spirit animal carries the magical totem powers of synchronicity. In flight, the goose has to synchronize itself with the communal mind of the entire flock. SodaLightMinds.com says that geese symbolize many human characteristics such as bravery, aggression, compassion, protectiveness, love, loyalty, and devotion. WhatIsMySpiritAnimal.com says that goose symbolism in Egypt mythology, it speaks of the great hunker, because like Hong Kong, that hatched the world egg or the universe egg. Oddly, the inscriptions imply this was a male goose. Thus, goose became a self-created god that cried out in the silence, flapping his wings, making the breath of life. Interesting. ATSHQ Says that the goose was a sacred symbol in ancient Rome of protection and guidance. It was associated with the goddess Juno. Historians believe this reverence came because the goose saved Rome from invasion. In the 4th century BC, the Gauls tried to attack Rome at night. However, a flock of geese sounded the alarm by honking at the intruders. Universeofsymbolism.com says that goose symbolism and its legendary mythical history. The goose has a fascinating history in legend and lore. The goose is a prehistoric bird dating back to 12 million years old, to the Miocene period. Goose is tremendously territorial and is quite vocal in letting anyone know its boundaries. We all know some people that are like geese, which is not a bad thing. Honk, honk. Angel number of the week, 848. I was going to do like 848. Sunscience.org says that 848 is a reminder from the divine forces that this is the right time for you to succeed and you have a mission to accomplish. 848 could mean a lot of things to the custodian or the person seeing it. 8 is a symbol of evolution. It is mentioned twice in this angel number as number 88. 4 is a number of protection. This is immunity from all evil. 48 is the number of sequences. It is a progression number. And 84 and 48 have a lot in common from the digits 4 and 8, obviously. Sacred Scribes angelnumbers.blogspot.com. 848 suggests that your prosperity is assured when you are open to receiving and accepting the help and guidance from the angels. The Secret of the Tarot.com says that angel number 848 signifies harmony, balance, and stability when it comes to love. Whoa. Where was that? As such, the angels send you this number to encourage you to be stable. Whenever you go through a hard phase in your life, you can be sure that your guardian angels are aware of it. As such, they themselves, or other angels, send you the number 848 to give you hope, possibly. 848 is a message that you should not despair. Angelnumber.org says that 848 is a very good sign from the universe related to your love life. This angel number is a sign of stable and harmonious love relationships. The number 8 signifies karma and the law of giving and receiving, as well as the law of cause and effect. It also signifies successful business endeavors, manifesting wealth, and realism. Kind of just thoughts off. Numerologynation.com says that 848 angel number is a message from the divine realm alerting you of the changes that are about to take place soon. TrustedPsychicMediums.com says that 848 also represents rebirth. It indicates a new beginning, a second chance, or a fresh start. ThePeculiarBrunette.com. 848 angel number meaning can be a message to encourage you to make changes in your life. It may indicate that you are ready for a transformation or transition. AngelNumbersMeaning.com says that 848 combines energies of numbers 8, 4, 84, and 48. I guess if you want to look into each of those, which at some point I'm going to probably have to do that. Like the angel number 1. Or numerology 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8 symbolizes evolution and progress in every sense of the word. Progress in your life might entail romantic progress or business progress. Either way, your guardian angels want you to keep putting in effort to achieve your goals and to keep fighting for what you believe in, partner. We're going to take another break, my friends, and we'll be right back with anxiety news. Yeah. Coming up the block with a Glock pulled out. What's up? What you bout? Yeah, we bout it. Bout it. All right. Anxiety news with your host, Chris Chaos. Tonight, on Anxiety News, from psychologytoday.com, from Phil Reed, the origins of digital anxiety. Incongruence between the evolution of real and digital societies. Posted September 15th, 2022. So the key points of this article are concerns about technology's effect did not originate with the digital age. Technology develops faster than the society onto which it is imposed. When the technological world no longer mirrors the real world, discrepancies and incongruities become noticeable and raise anxieties. The digital age has brought many new means of communication, but also concerns about society's direction of travel and the impacts of technology on the individual. Such concerns are now central to discussions regarding the effects of the digital world. Much research has analyzed the relationships between digital usage and mental and physical health problems. But what are the underlying reasons driving digital anxieties? Why are we frightened of this technology, and do we have good reason? Concerns about technology's effects are far from new and certainly did not originate with the digital age. The longevity of the association between technology and anxiety suggests an intractable problem, but also allows the use of previous thinking to illuminate the nature and source of digital anxieties. In fact, the key driver of technology-related anxieties has long been identified as the incongruence or discrepancy between the structures of society and the impact of technology. And many psychosocial theories help explain the nature and effects of this incongruence. One of the few things that psychologists, behavioral scientists, social scientists, evolutionary psychologists, and even politicians agree upon is that the evolution of technology outpaces the evolution of society. That is, technology develops faster than the society onto which it is imposed, and society is left playing catch-up to deal with the technology's effects. The attractiveness of technology's immediacy and speed draws people to its usage, and then they find themselves in a new world for which their society has ill prepared them. The discrepancies between the demands of the real world and digital world and incongruities produced by wanting to use technology but being afraid of its poorly understood effects may be core to the development of digital anxiety. This suggestion concerning the origins of digital anxiety echoes many previous discussions about new technologies, which grow when the developments of technology and society become out of step with one another. An illuminating analogy underscores this long-standing worry. Plato was concerned about the deleterious impact of writing on cognitions and the epic Homeric tradition of storytelling. Phaedrus 257c to 259c. If men learn this, writing and reading, it will implant forgetfulness in their souls. They will cease to exercise memory because they rely on that which is written by means of external marks, and it is no true wisdom, but only the semblance of wisdom. For by telling them of many things without teaching them, you will make them seem to know much, while for the most part, they know nothing. The same concerns are expressed 2,000 years later about digital technology in a well-balanced review by Marsh and Rajaram in 2019. Relying on the internet may convey a sense of ownership over external information and reduce the depth of processing that is necessary to make information stick, likely exacerbated by the very speed with which hits are returned in response to one's search terms. The reasons such concerns always seem to be raised about technology were discussed at the dawn of the digital age by Jacques Ellul in the Technological Society of 1964. Ellul believed that the defining aspect of technology, and this would include digital technology, is the technique, the sum of the thought-out methods designed to provide efficient solutions for the current set of societal problems. However, rather than aiding the problems, Ellul claims that the technique comes to dominate the society from which it emerged, until the technique eliminates or subordinates the natural world. The question begged is, why does technology evolve faster than the world from whence it came, leaving many in a state of incongruent anxiety? Many commentators agree that this is because technology, or the technique, is developed specifically for efficient and speedy reduction of problems. Digital technology speeds up communication, although it is a moot point whether communication quality is improved, as expressed by Sherry Turkle in The Flight from Conversation. We live in a technological universe in which we are always communicating, and yet we have sacrificed conversation for mere connection. The immediacy and speed of technology generate its own popularity and hence usage. Sorry, I'm getting excited because I haven't read this and it's pretty crazy. B.F. Skinner noted that such immediacy is extremely reinforcing, and others have noticed that such immediacy gives a sense of control and mastery. Senses of speed, immediacy, and mastery contribute to people embracing technology and enable technology to evolve more quickly in society. Lawmaking is an immensely slow and tedious business. However, technology gives a deceptive sense of mastery, remembering that such false mastery may be a powerful tool in a marketing arsenal. Beware promised solutions to problems when all that is provided is a distracting toy, meaning technology loses its prime purpose of dealing with society's problems and becomes an end in itself. Now, when it mentions law, it's because recently we had to start, they're barely making laws for the internet and stuff because it takes forever to make laws and then for the problems to come up and then to pass the laws. When the technological world mirrors the real world, then the discrepancies and incongruities become noticeable and the anxieties multiply. This is made worse when the structures of the real world set up to deal with the effects of the technological universe have been outstripped. To explain these effects, we can utilize the psychology of Carl Rogers, who noted that incongruence between sets of beliefs, such as about the real and digital worlds, can be a hotbed of emotional and psychological distress. Rogers suggested distress results from discrepancies between beliefs about the real self and the ideal self, but an expanded concept of incongruence may have a dual application when explaining the origins of digital anxieties, a societal and an individual sense of incongruence. Society has often evolved, meaning allowing people to tackle conflicts between competing sets of values or norms. However, when these conflicts are associated with forces beyond society's experience, such as are produced by a rapidly developing digital technology, people are left adrift with fewer rules by which to guide choices. When the technique has displaced and diminished the very societal rules that may have helped, it leaves people with choices between real world and digital world norms, but with no help or direction in making them. We can see the incongruities and that anxiety will readily ensue. This conflict is made worse at an individual level as there is an incongruity posed by wanting to use digital technology when the technology is known to produce problems. In Rogers' term, the real is at odds with the ideal. Again, this incongruence will lead to anxiety. Thus, a double incongruence exists, a clash between real and digital cultures and a clash between values of wanting to use digital technology and not. As a result, the origins of digital anxiety are to be found not only in the direct effects of that technology on individual psychologies, but also in the manner in which such a new, fast-evolving technology cuts through existing societal defenses. Damn, yo, that was fun to freaking read. Technology anxiety from Psychology Today. We will return, my friends, with a movie review. Welcome to the movies, my friends. What I do is my movie review. Oh, I'll be right back. It's right over here, guys, with my popcorn and my Slurpee. All right. Welcome to the movie review. Thor, Love and Thunder. So I wrote this. Saw this movie at the right time, like I usually do. I was actually depressed and sad about love and work. So the theme was very dark, and those are two separate, not love at work, love and then separately work. So the theme was very dark and continued the Thor movie series theme of the death of loved ones. His mom, his dad, his brother, his ex, and now Gorr loses his daughter. Unlike Thor, and understandably so, Gorr reacts to this not with resolve to help those weaker by saving them, but by bringing balance, a la Thanos, by killing all the gods for their unworthiness of these positions they were born in. As we see with Zeus, many of the most known gods in the MCU are not peaceful ones. I personally don't mind the male-male relationship required to reproduce those rock people, or the kiss and wink Valkyrie gave one of Zeus's concubines. If I didn't get offended by Thor being nude, why would I of the other innuendo? Because I'm sure people got pissed about that. Norse mythology is mixed with sex and sacrifice, so it does pay homage to the source material, meaning the lore of the Norse gods. The Greek gods included in the mention of the god of carpentry was funny, as well as the Aztec god Tenochtitlan. I don't think that's the name of it. Quetzalcoatl. I don't remember who it was, but it was the Aztec god. I knew the story of Jane Foster becoming the mighty Thor from the comics, but I found it interesting that they actually let her die in the film. I don't know if she actually died in the comics. She might have. Of course, she is in Valhalla, but she did pass in her human form. The fact that Thor becomes a single father touches my heart because I'm kind of a single dad. And his bad luck with love relates to my life as well. Now all I have to do is get muscles and a hammer. But I got a hammer in the closet. 4 stars, but because it felt rushed. There should have been more gore. And I don't mean gore as in G-O-R-E. I mean gore as G-O-R-R. I wish they let it be long, like it was originally, and kept all the deleted scenes. That would have made it better, in my opinion. Thor, Love and Thunder, 4 stars. Pretty tight. But not the best movie ever. Yeah. Well, this is it, my friends. We've come to the end of another episode. I haven't worn this hat in a long time, and since Texas used to be Mexico, I decided to wear it. It's kind of tight because I got the hair long on the top. I used to wear it when it was like, I used to have like real curly hair when I used to wear it, and the curls would come out. It was pretty cool, but a lot to maintain. So, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, Badass Woman of Herstory is Isabel Angelica Allende Yona. Born in Lima, August 2nd, and that's in Chile, South America, and she's a writer. Allende, whose work sometimes contain aspects of the genre magical realism, is known for novels such as The House of the Spirits in 1982 and City of the Beasts in 2002, which have been commercially successful. Allende has been called the world's most widely read Spanish language author. In 2004, Allende was inducted into the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and in 2010, she received Chile's National Literature Prize. President Barack Obama awarded her the 2014 Presidential Medal of Freedom. Pretty tight. Allende's novels are often based upon her personal experience and historical events and pay homage to the lives of women while weaving together elements of myth and realism. Kind of want to read this book. She has lectured and toured many U.S. colleges to teach literature. Fluent in English, Allende was granted United States citizenship in 1993, having lived in Cali since 1989. First with her American husband, from whom she is now divorced. Allende was born in Lima, Peru, the daughter of Francisca Yona Barros, called Doña Panchita, the daughter of Agustin Yona Cuevas and Isabel Barros Moreira, of Portuguese descent, and Tomás Allende, who was at the time a second secretary at the Chilean embassy. Her father was a first cousin of Salvador Allende, president of Chile from 70 to 73. In 1945, after Tomás left them, Isabel's mother relocated with her 3 children to Santiago, Chile, where they lived until 1953. In 1953, Allende's mother married Ramón Huidobro, and the family moved often. Huidobro was a diplomat appointed to Bolivia and Beirut. In Bolivia, Allende attended an American private school, and in Beirut, Lebanon, she attended an English private school. The family returned to Chile in 1958, where Allende was also briefly homeschooled. In her youth, she read widely, particularly the works of William Shakespeare. In 1970, Salvador Allende appointed Huidobro as ambassador to Argentina. While living in Chile, Allende finished her secondary studies and met engineering student Miguel Frias, whom she married in 1962. They had 2 children, a son and a daughter. Reportedly, Allende married early into an Anglophile family and a kind of double life. At home, she was the obedient wife and mother of 2. In public, she became, after a spell translating Barbara Cartland, a moderately well-known TV personality, a dramatist, and a journalist on a feminist magazine. Phone's about to die. Man, I'm about to fly. All right. From 59 to 65, Allende worked with the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization in Santiago, then in Brussels, and elsewhere in Europe. For a short time in Chile, she also had a job translating romance novels from English to Spanish. However, she was fired for making unauthorized changes to the dialogue of the heroines to make them sound more intelligent, as well as altering the Cinderella ending to allow the heroines to find more independence and do good in the world. That's fucking badass. Allende's and Frias' daughter Paula was born in 1963. She died in 92. In 66, Allende again returned to Chile, where her son Nicolas was born that year. 73, Salvador Allende was overthrown in a coup led by General Augusto Pinochet. Isabel found herself arranging the safe passage for people on the wanted list, which she continued to do until her mother and stepfather narrowly escaped assassination, when she herself was added to the list and began receiving death threats. She fled to Venezuela, where she stayed for 13 years. It was during this time that Allende wrote her debut novel, The House of the Spirits, in 82, which came out in 82. Allende has stated that her move from Chile made her a serious writer. I don't think I would be a writer if I had stayed in Chile. I would be trapped in the chores and the family and the person that people expected me to be. Allende believed that being female in a patriarchal family, she was not expected to be a liberated person. Her history of oppression and liberation is thematically found in much of her fiction, where women contest the ideals of patriarchal leaders. In Venezuela, she was a columnist for El Nacional, a major national newspaper. In 1978, she began a temporary separation from Miguel Frias. She lived in Spain for 2 months, then returned to her marriage. She divorced her first husband, Miguel Frias, in 1987. During a visit to California on a book tour in 1988, Allende met her second husband, California attorney and novelist William C. Willie Gordon. They married in July of 1988. In 1994, she was awarded the Gabriela Mistral Order of Merit, the first woman to receive this honor. Allende resides in San Rafael, California. Most of her family lives nearby with her son, his second wife, and her grandchildren just down the hill in the house she and her second husband vacated. She separated from Gordon in April of 2015. See, a callback to earlier, soulmates. I don't know if it's true. In 2006, she was one of the 8 flag bearers at the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics in Turin, Italy. She presented the Talk Tales of Passion at TED in 2007. And in 2008, Allende received the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters from San Francisco State University for her distinguished contributions as a literary artist and humanitarian. I'm trying not to run out of battery. In 2014, Allende received the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters from Harvard University for her contributions to literature. In 2019, she married Roger Kukras, a lawyer from New York. Allende started the Isabel Allende Foundation on the 9th of December 1996 in honor of her daughter, Paola Frias Allende, who fell into a coma after complications of the disease porphyria, which led to her hospitalization. Paula was 29 when she died in 92. The foundation is dedicated to supporting the programs that promote and preserve the fundamental rights of women and children to be empowered and protected. Wow. I didn't know she got fired for adding those badass endings and making the women sound more intelligent when translating the novels to Spanish. Was it to Spanish or was it to English? Yeah, from English to Spanish, and she would make the women sound smarter. That's fucking dope, man. Unauthorized, though. That's what he got fired. But shit, it didn't matter to her. It just shows you can... If you can do it once, you can do it again. You can start all over, my friend. And we've come to the end. But don't worry. Once again, we will begin. This is the trend. Yeah. Next time will be episode 100. I don't know what I'm going to do. I gotta do something. I'm going to try to get the Odd Squad or get Isaac back or just get Romo or, somebody maybe to have a little conversation for episode 100. And if not, it'll still be a badass episode. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just me. Keep it G. But we are in talks of making the Odd Pod on camera. That's coming soon. And the Odd Pods channel is going to have more podcasts. Vino's going to do a book review where he wants to be on camera, so that's tight. Vino's going to do yoga. You know what I'm saying? So I got the spirit animals. I got the angel numbers. He'll do the other stuff. I got the Badass Woman of Herstory, anxiety news, movie reviews, what it do, coming through, rockin' blue and red. Yo, thank y'all for coming through. I really, 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 really appreciate it. In fact, I appreciate it so much. Yeah. Yeah. Hold up. Hold up. I've been coming down the block every time I get faded. Haters talk shit, about to get faded. I don't even know why you congregated. I'm about to know that y'all been hating. I'm about to find out, and I bust them rhymes so they can line out. Man, got the pine out, got the pine. I fucked up. All right, hold on. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, red, blue, green. Yeah. Now let's see. I'm up in the clouds trying to make my mama proud. Trying to turn out a crowd. Yo, I've never been a clown, but I'm gonna clown if you about to frown. Wanna come through, what it do, what it is, with my crew. Call me Chris, cause I'm true to my name, to my family. Haters, they just can't stand me. They be like, man, they damn me. Can't stand me. I'ma keep coming though. Y'all be busting and fluffing and toughing up. It's been a long week. Today is Thursday. I need to get this edited and out by tomorrow. But because I love y'all and I love the support and the comments and the subscriptions and the likes and the views. Peace. Sipping on some lean, smoking in the cut. Sipping on some lean, smoking in the cut. Go check out my music page too.